Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Coco2264 here, bringing you another Scratch video. Now, a lot of people probably didn't think I was going to make another one, and I didn't really think I was going to either, but I decided to make another one, and so here we are. So, in this video, I have decided, I've made a new template blank, everything, get rid of these, I don't like to use those. I'm just going to zoom in twice, bitmap, single little dot in the center, and we're done in the costumes tab because I don't like to use costumes. I think they're kind of not necessarily silly. I just don't like to use them. And that's just because I think it looks better if you use either pen or if you just don't use costumes at all, because that shows that you've um, put more time into using pen. But aside that, I've just opened up a brand new Scratch project. I just renamed it from Untitled whatever to Project because I don't really know what I'm going to be doing right now. I just sat down, opened up a new Scratch thing and clicked record. So let's see where it goes. So I'm going to start off by doing my normal stuff. I'm not even going to name things special things. I'm just going to do whatever. So, let's see, what do I want to do right now? Because today I'm just going to do whatever. So, I think I'm going to do something that perhaps saves variables to a cloud, a single cloud variable. So, I'm going to get rid of the ask. I don't want ask. I want username. So, we'll set to the side. And first, we're going to need to make a cloud list. So, I'm going to repeat. So, we're going to need to cloud, and it's going to have to be a cloud variable. Yep, I know about cloud variables and stuff, so for now, for our testing, we're just going to keep cloud like that, but right now I'm going to make a variable called cloud because we are just going to be testing, so we won't use the actual cloud variable until later. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat the length of the cloud variable, and I'm going to change my a value by 1, and I'm going to actually, so let's see, I'm going to want to save lots of numbers to it, definitely, or let's see, so I'm just trying to figure things out. So I'm going to change a, so set a to 1 and change a by 2. Change a by 2. And I'll explain this in a second while I'm making the cloud list, because things can get pretty complicated. So for the moment, let's just, actually, we need to make a characters variable. Set characters to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Oops. Um, this always takes a little while. And then the fun part is swiping across your keyboard, because you get to press every key at least once. And so I just think that's fun because you get to press everything, and who doesn't like pressing everything on their keyboard? Button mashing. So so let's find the length of characters because we just want to know that. Um, oop, we haven't set characters to that yet. Okay, we don't need to show characters anymore. So that is 60. Okay, this will work. I like it's obviously less than 99 because I'm gonna be so. Oop, nope, didn't want to do that. We already have that. So add. Let's see. Add join item letter A, and then we're going to want letter A plus 1. Okay, so letter A and letter A plus 1 of cloud. And basically what that will do is this will, basically what I'm trying to get it to do is group up everything. So if we set cloud to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, what I want it to do, so we're going to reset everything, and then actually we want to say to -1, because when we click start and we change a by 2, it's gonna, then we do this, it's gonna be letter 1 and then letter 2, basically. So let's try that. So 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5, 6 6, 7 9, and you know it's gonna happen. And nothing, because there's nothing longer than that. And if you don't, because I have to kind of go fast. We want to divide this by 2 actually, right? This will still work, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, because since we're dividing this by 2, we're dividing this by 2 because we're changing the values by 2. So what we're going to want to do is now, so we have the characters variable, and then we're going to want to repeat. See, I am going a little fast. I might not be fully explaining everything I'm doing, but that is like at the end of it, I'm going to go back and do a thorough explanation, or maybe I might do that in another video if we get enough likes on this video. But for now, we're just going to be doing this. So we're going to now we're going to want to repeat the length of the list. So go through each individual item of the list, and we're going to replace. Actually, hold on. Yeah, replace. So replace item A of the list with item, hold on, so letter item A of the list of characters. And what this will do is, depending on this number, so this is 11, so 11th character in here, I don't know that off the top of my head, and I probably should, but that's okay. Here, let's go ahead and tell. So yeah, it's KV7. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because it's the 11th. So this one was the 77th, and since there was no 77th, there was a 66th because length of the characters is 68. So there was a 66th item. So if we replace this with 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, this will be the ABCD. Why did that do that? Let's see. Let's figure it out. Oh, because we didn't set cloud to that. Okay, set cloud to that. And yeah, ABCDE. Because say each of these two numbers represents an item on the character's list. So 01 would be the first letter on here, the first letter, so that would be A. And so that was A. And so that's why we're doing this by 2, and that's why we need to make sure that all the characters would work like within this range. So it can get kind of tiny bit complicated, but we know what we're doing, right? Good. I'm talking to myself. So now that we have this established, like this basic principle, and since we can set cloud to, let's just random number, I guess. Actually, I'd probably unmash over here, and this will just get us a random arbitrary string. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense, but we will make it make sense because we're going to put stuff that's actually meaningful in there. So this is fun to play with in itself, but we need to go further. So what we're going to do, for now I'm just going to set this back to ABCDE. We can see that's ABCDE. And so now that we have all that good, we don't need that showing. We might need this showing, and we're going to need this showing. Stick the list right there. Just make it look, I don't know, halfway decent, presentable, partially. Stick the cloud right there. So now what we're going to do is, now that we have this, we need to, okay, so we're going through, and we need to be able to detect when new name, like that, we need to be able to separate the names not using one of these characters. So without using one of these characters, we need to be able to separate the names. Since the length is 68, I'm going to be using 69, and please don't make jokes in the comments. Yes, I know it's very coincidental, and that's good, I guess. So, so we're going to be, I'm just going to pull this out, 69. Actually, what we could do, length of characters +1, just to be future-proof, because this will also give us 69. and that's what we wanted. So yeah, now we're going to repeat. I'm just going to duplicate this, and then if this, so if item equals item A of list. So this is going to go through the entire list, and basically this is basically saying 69. So if item is to only trigger this script in here if item A of the list, so it's going to go through each of these lists. Actually, okay, what we need to do, so what I'm doing is, since this is replacing these with an item on character, what we need to do to character, since it would just set it to blank, if we need to add an if statement in here, if item A of list is less than that. So it'll still work the same, except now, yeah, so this will be 68 and below. So if it is less than that, then it will replace that item. Else, then here, let's just do a trigger. We're just going to do add thing to list. So, and then after this, we're going to add 69. Why? Oh, we forgot to set that to. Yay, it worked. We can tell it worked because it did this. And even if we did that, we could just do replace item A of list with thing, and we would still be able to tell because we would replace that with thing because it detected that that was the 69. So now that we've got the detection, which is good, we can just go ahead and add another 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. So this will separate them with the 69. And I can tell there's already gonna be jokes in the comments below, and people saying, "Oh yeah, you're separating the names and everything with a 69, haha." But okay, enough of that foolishness. Now what we're going to want to do is that now that we have this, I'm going to make a new list just for sake of convenience. Names, actually, user. That's not how you spell users. Users. First of all, in the beginning, we're going to delete all of delete all of losers. So basically, we're going to want to run a complicated script in here. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to set A to 0 because, here, I'll explain that later. Oh, did I just set characters to 0? Here, we can fix that. Okay, good. So first of all, we're going to set A to 0, control. Actually, we're going to want to do that at the end, and I'll explain. Repeat A, delete 1 of list. Okay, so if this item is a 69, then we're going to want to join all of these previous ones into a thing and add it to users. So I'm going to make a variable, call it temp, because I just like to, as in temporary. So set temporary to blank. Actually, we're not going to do that. Want to do that right there. We're going to want to do it right there because there might be multiple usernames, and we're going to want to set it to blank each time. And then, so set temp to 0. And I'm actually going to make another variable, making a whole lot of variables here. I don't like that. And then, so we're going to repeat A. I could have copied that. Set temp to join, and this material was partially covered in our previous video. Join temp and letter B, change B by 1. Letter B of, no, actually we don't want letter B, we want item B of list. Right, that's what we want to do. And then we're going to want to add temp to users, and repeat a plus 1 because we're going to want to delete the 69 because that's a spacer that we don't need anymore. And then set a to 0 because we've deleted all those items, and then a would be, so say we deleted those, now this would be number 1, and a would still be a 7, so it would try and be going off of here, but there's nothing there, so we need to set a back to 0. Okay, I didn't want you to join that. Repeat a minus 1. And actually, what I'm going to do is just repeat a. So with these kind of things, you have to fiddle with it. Why didn't this add that as well? So a is equal to 5. Why didn't you set a to 0? Okay, so it was repeating the length of the list, and since probably, let's see. I'm gonna do a test here, make another variable. So set C to length of the list and repeat C. Let's see if that fixes our problem. No, okay. Then we can delete C because we don't need it right now, and I'd like to use as minimal, or the minimum number of variables possible. So why isn't this adding that as well? So, I see. So that's because item A of list, so we're gonna have to end this with a 69. Because it was the only way it was gonna add this is if there was a stopper right here. So that's okay because this is gonna be linear. Oop, we forgot to set cloud to that. And ABCDE, ABCDE. And this is awesome because we've just done the downloading part of a cloud list. And that's good. So now that we have that, what we're going to want to do now, so we have the usernames. So under each username will be data. That's what we're trying to do here. Actually, first of all, because if it doesn't contain, if not users contains username, so we're going to want to add username. So I'm going to set a to 0, change a by 1. So repeat length of username, change a by 1. Let's see. Actually, do we even need to? Yes, we do. Let's see. Delete. We won't need any of the stuff on the list because that's just a temporary list full of arbitrary values. Delete all of list. So we're going to change a by 1. Yeah, add letter A of username to users. No, to list. And so since it doesn't contain that, it's gonna add my username, which my Scratch username, since I am in online mode now. Yes, you can go follow my Scratch account and all that. Username is epic_coco. You can go stalk me there and whatever. But so we're gonna we added everything of the username, and then we're gonna repeat. Actually, we're gonna set a to 0 again. So set a to 0. Repeat. I'm scrolling through. Length of list. Change a by 1, and then replace. So this is basically the same thing as we did up here, which actually we can do that, except we're going to need to do the opposite of this. So we're going to replace item A of list with letter. Okay, this is going to be much more complicated. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to detect the character. So repeat length of list, change A by 1, and then change B by 1, set B to 0, and then repeat length of item A of list, because actually, no, we're going to want to repeat until, repeat until equals. So we're going to want item A of list to be equal to letter B of characters, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing B by 1, change B by 1, set B to 0. So we're going to be changing, here, let's take this out here. So we're going to be repeating the length of the list, changing A by 1, so item 1, and then we're going to repeat until letter B of characters equals item A of list. And this is basically telling us the number. So this would be a 5. So it's going to repeat until, so is A letter item 1 of list? No. Is B item 1? No. Is C item 1? No. But E is, and it's going to go on until it finds this, but E is, and so that's our number. B is the number that in the characters variable that we want to replace the item 1 of list with. So characters, and then replace item A of list with letter B of characters. And I'm obviously going to forget something, but let's try it. Why didn't this work? Oh, because it did it outside of the if not users contains. So yeah, we're going to want to set A to 0. Why isn't this working? Replace item with letter B of characters. Oh, we're just going to replace it with B because B is the number, right? Yep. And this is all good. And so it's going to replace everything with the number. And so we're all good. And we're going to put this inside of the if statement. Yep, and so this is the username. And if you notice, some of these aren't the length, and we need there to be a 0 in front of this, and we can fix that easily. Repeat set A to 0. Repeat length of list. It's very repetitive when you're doing something, like change set A to 0, repeat, change A by 1, all that fun stuff. Repeat until, add this to the list, delete this of list, replace this of list. It's all very repetitive, but each script really does change the entire thing. So, and then if length of item A of list is less than 2, then replace item A of list with join 0 and then item A of list. And in fact, we could just do a repeat until. Yeah, we could do equals 2. And this is basically, I think this script is better than that other one, because this one, you would just be able to replace this with, say, here, let's go ahead and do it. So it's going to go through and replace all the things with numbers. Yeah, and then replace that. But say I change this to a 3, because this script right here is much more versatile than that other one I just made. So then it would replace them all so that they would have 3 zeros. Yep, like that. But we want it to be 2. And I'm going to go and run it again in turbo mode, just so we can get back to that previous state that we were in. So clean up our workstation, and I do like these long scripts that just look cool. because it's a whole bunch of nice colors and stuff. It's just nice. So now that we have the username, then we're going to want to control repeat. We're almost done. We can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Set a to 0. Repeat. Change a by 1. And then we're gonna. So now we're gonna use temp. So set temp. No, not character. Set temp to blank, and then set temp to join temp, and also item A of list. So let's just go ahead and try this single script out. Yep, so and then we're gonna add temp to users, and that's my username in the code, but we don't want to do that. We want to set cloud to join what's already there of the cloud with temp. And this is all good, because now if we run this script, it will have the other two usernames that it had in the beginning, and then it's going to add my username. So you've just noticed that the cloud got increasingly. We forgot something. Okay, I'm going to explain after this script runs. But okay, there's going to be a problem, and it's going to be. Oh yeah, this isn't going to be added because we forgot to add the 69 to the end. So join item A of list. Nope. Temp join, and just for future proofing, 1 plus length of characters. And now this should be 100%. Actually, we're going to need to set cloud to something else because it still thinks that my username is all good and dandy, but it's not going to add it to the users. So we're going to need to reset cloud to the ABCDE that we originally had, and it's going to have to add my username again because it wasn't there in the first place. So it's going to add it. So it's added, and we'll notice at the end it has a 69, and that's good. We want that. Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm going to go and run it fast. Okay, so now if we run it, we should see that it adds our username, and it doesn't check, like it doesn't scan our username again because users contains username. And so that's cool because we just have a cloud list that does both upload and download. And so this is a fully working cloud list that is also pretty future-proof. Like you can add more characters, you just need to update a few things. Like you'd need to change this to a 3 if you want to do 3 digits, but let's not do 3 digits right now. So this cloud variable is going to have to get pretty big, but cloud variables can get huge. It's just going to go all the way to the other side of the screen. So yeah, but let's see. So we've made this entire cloud list in about 30 minutes. I'd say that's good, but I want to continue. So now what we want to do is this might take a little bit of figuring out because this stuff was all easy, hunky-dory from here, but what about saving stuff under personal username? So say if I want to say I want to save a QWERTY under ABCDE. Well, how would I do that? I'm going to how am I going to do that? Well, I think I am going to do how about it only downloads the data from your user? So I'm going to make a list called data. Actually, I don't like that name. Delete list. Yeah, delete data. Make list user data. Okay, so in the beginning, we're also going to want to delete all of user data because we're going to be downloading this also from the same cloud list that holds the usernames. That's how complicated we're making this. I don't think I'm up to the challenge, but let's try. This is gonna be fun. So move temp, move B, bring you all the way down. In fact, I'll put the users right there, put the user data right here, and technically, actually I'm going to keep list shown for debugging, but we don't really need it shown, and I'm going to keep cloud because we're not going to use the actual cloud variable yet until we're ready, because it's just much faster, like locally, to just keep this right here with us. So yeah, we're going to keep it like this, just as a regular variable, and then later we're just going to replace all instances of cloud with the actual cloud. We're going to keep it like that for now. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to want to do first is under each 69 between the users. Here, let's just figure this out first. Under each 69 between the users, so we have a 69, so here's the A, B, C, D, E, and then the 69 to separate it. Well, under that 69, I want the 69 to signify end of a user, beginning of a data string. And that the end of a data string I want to be signified by a 70. That sounds good. So I'm going to go and pull one of these out and then add 2, because this would mean get us to 70 to signify the end of a data stream. So at the end, here, let's go ahead and make, so we're going to have to find some random arbitrary values to save. So I'm thinking is that so just like we use the usernames, did with the usernames, what if so you click say you're in a game and you click a save button. Then I want it to run, actually I want it to run this. Yeah, because I want it to already download the data. No, actually, yeah, we want it to upload your name, because when you click save, we want it to upload the data to you under your name. No, I want to do that at the same time, because how are we going to go in and edit that data? Unless we completely revise the entire variable, or we download all user data, but people could steal your data. And we don't want people to be able to steal your information from the cloud variable. So this is going to take a bit time to think out. So what I'm thinking is that keep with the 69 as a break, and then in between that would be your string of data, and at the end of that would be a 70. But so actually I do think we're going to end the video here, and I'll do a part 2 in the next video. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.